Hey, what's up? How's it going? Good day today. This is the 67th day in our 2021 calendar year, and it's the 67th lesson in our Course in Miracles. That's right, the 67th lesson in our Course in Miracles. This is one of my favorite lessons. Got a lot of good stories about this lesson. Got a really good experience about this lesson, or two, or three, or four. Today, had a good meditation with this lesson. It's a good lesson. I had some thoughts about the Course this morning that were kind of intense. I was like, I'm gonna give it up. As I was waking up, I sort of thought that feeling. But yeah, I'm not. I had this sort of thought though that because I in 2019 I committed to reading it for the full year, like doing it as a yearly thing. This year, it specifically didn't seem like it was that way. It didn't seem like it was that I had committed to doing it for exactly a year. It specifically seemed like it was like, is it too windy, by the way? Let me know. Is it too windy? Yeah, but anyways, this year it specifically seemed like it was like, I'm going to do it for a while. I thought I was going to do it for at least a month and maybe the full year. And anyways, just some superfluous information. But yeah, this lesson, this is love created me like itself. Love created you like itself. Love created us like itself. Hey Brent, what's up, brother? Hey, can you hear me? Is it super windy? If you're on this, Brent, will you let me know if it's too loud when it gets windy? Love created you like itself. Love created us like itself. Love created me like itself. This is a really cool lesson. I really love this lesson. I had a guy who used to come in Toronto. I was doing like I think it was like once a week or something like that. I don't remember, but maybe a few times a week. Hey, if it's too windy, let me know, please. I'll try to move. But anyways, I had a guy who was coming to my Course in Miracles reading group, and he said that he had read through the Course in Miracles workbook 2 or 3 times, and was kind of doing it off and on after going through it 2 or 3 times. And in the middle of the night, one night, there was some voice of intuition that said to him, hey, go to lesson 67. And he did, and he picked his book up, he wiped it off, because he was actually, even while he was a Course in Miracles student, he was smoking crack and stuff like this, and even on the book itself. And he, in the middle of the night, woke up to read this lesson and read it, had an amazing, miraculous, had an amazing, miraculous experience with this lesson. And I think, when I had talked to him, it had been like 7 or 8 years, and he had done no drugs at all since then. So there's that. It's pretty cool. Okay, so today's idea is a complete and accurate statement of what you are. Love created you like itself. This is why you are the light of the world, because love created you like itself. This is why God appointed you as the world's savior, because love, God. Remember, the Course in Miracles is always either talking about sort of 2 things. It's talking about love or truth, or and then it could be talking about like separation or disconnection or fear or anger or attack. So anyways, this is why the Son of God looks to you for his salvation. And the Course says the Son of God, it means like all of you, the sonship, the whole world, sort of. To not let your brother's temper tantrum be an excuse for you to let go of the love that created you to be like itself, or to not let your sister's, whatever, anger or whatever. Okay, so he is saved by what you are. The Son of God is saved by what you are, not by your illusions about him, about what the Son of God is. The Course in Miracles says that anytime you're identified with an illusion, anytime you're in confusion, you're identified with the illusion. The Course in Miracles says, as you're identified with illusion, you can't even judge your advances from your retreats. And so anyways, okay. We will make every effort today to reach this truth about you. We're going to make every effort today. Hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make every effort today to reach this truth about you, okay? And to fully realize, if only for a moment, that it is true. What is true? That love created you like itself. In the longer practice period, we will think about your reality and its wholly unchanged and unchangeable nature. In the longer practice periods, we're going to think about your reality, its wholly unchanged and unchangeable nature. This is the truth of you. The truth is always true, and it doesn't ever change to something other than what it is. Otherwise, it would be something else. We will begin by repeating this truth about you. So we're going to repeat, love created me like itself. And then we're going to spend a few minutes adding some relevant thoughts, such as, here's a list of them, but you can add others. Holiness created me holy. Kindness created me kind. Helpfulness created me helpful. Perfection created me perfect. You could say, playfulness created me playfully. Or something like, you could say, wisdom created me wise. You could say, confidence created me confident. Any wind problems, by the way? It's so windy here. Any noise wind problems, let me know again. Okay, so any attribute which is in accord with God as he defines himself is appropriate for use. We are trying today to undo your definition of God and replace it with his own. We are also trying to emphasize that you are part of his definition of himself. You are part of God's definition of God's self. You are part of love's definition of love's self. After you have gone over such related thoughts, try to let all thoughts drop away for a brief preparatory interval, and then try to reach past all your images and preconceptions about yourself to the truth in you. If love created you like itself, this self must be in you. And somewhere in your mind, it is there for you to find. If love created you like itself, this self must be in you, and somewhere in your mind, it is there for you to find. Any wind problems, brothers and sisters? The noise here? Any noisy wind? Okay, so anyways, I'll keep going. You may find it necessary to repeat the idea for today from time to time to replace distracting thoughts. You may find that this is not sufficient, and that you need to continue adding other thoughts related to the truth about yourself. Yet perhaps you will succeed in going past that, and through the interval of thoughtlessness, to the awareness of a blazing light in which you recognize yourself as love created you. Be confident that you will do much today to bring that awareness nearer, whether you feel you have succeeded or not. I could say I felt like I succeeded I did my 10-minute meditation today, and I definitely feel like I succeeded in this, feeling like I brought this awareness nearer, this awareness of the self that love created as myself. Paragraph number 5. It will be particularly helpful today to practice the idea for the day as often as you can. You need to hear the truth about yourself as frequently as possible because your mind is preoccupied with false self-images, identified with illusions, 4 or 5 times an hour, perhaps even more. Wow, love created me like itself, 4 or 5 times an hour, or perhaps even more. It would be most beneficial to remind yourself that love created you like itself. 4 or 5 times an hour, or perhaps even more, it would be most beneficial to remind yourself that love created you like itself. Hear the truth about yourself in this. Hear the truth. Here is the truth. Hear the truth about yourself in this. Try to realize in the shorter practice periods that this is not your tiny, solitary voice that tells you this. This is the voice for God reminding you of your Father, of your Creator, and of yourself. This is the voice of truth, replacing everything that the ego tells you about yourself with the simple truth about the Son of God. You were created by love like itself. You were created by love like itself. This is the voice of truth, replacing everything that the ego tells you about yourself with the simple truth about the shiny Son of God, the one you are. You were created by love like itself. Love created me like itself. Love created me like itself. Meditation for today, we say this sentence at the beginning as we pray, and we say, love created me like itself. Holiness created me holy. Kindness created me kind. Playfulness created me playful. Intelligence created me intelligent. Wisdom created me wise. Centeredness created me in my center. Any sort of synonyms with how God defines himself, and recognize that you are part of his definition, of God's definition, of her definition, of herself, of itself, of love's self. And then, so we have these synonyms for what we are, truthfulness created me truthfully, these things, these kind of pristine logics, you could say. And then we let go of these words. The words are an intermediary. In a way, the Course is a big string of them, right? It's a pretty big stream of them, right? Look at this. Look how big that is. The workbook we're reading is, by the way, kind of, what is it? It's like, I don't know if you're familiar with the Course or not, but that's the size of the workbook. This is all like kind of text. It's a lot of words. And the words are intermediaries, and then eventually we are to let go of those words. So even in this practice today, we're told that after an interval of definitions, words defining ourselves as love like itself, or as holiness like holiness holy, or of helpfulness helpfully, then we are to let go of words and reach to an experience that is beyond the words. The words point to them. In a way, the Course is like, again, it's this big string of words, and the words are like intermediaries, and intermediaries are meant to make a connection. But if the intermediary stays in the way, then the connection isn't made. The Course says, I think later in lesson 189, or so, I think it's that one, it says, forget everything this world has taught you. Yea, forget everything this Course has taught you. Come completely naked unto God, empty-handed, and bring nothing with you from the past. And so that's that. Happy practicing today. Love created you like itself. Love created me like itself. Love created him like itself. Love created her like itself. Love created us like itself. Ciao.